Do you think huge successful business owners sell their business without a plan? Of course not. You can't find a buyer for your business if you don't have a plan to find one. Otherwise, you're just hoping you'll get lucky, and sitting around waiting for luck does not get you results. The thing that big businesses use to actually sell their business is the mergers and acquisitions process, usually through a mergers and acquisitions firm, which they usually pay hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars to do this right. And these firms are decades old businesses that do this all year long for people all the time. So they know exactly how to do it right. The processes that they use get tons and tons of buyers into bidding wars over these businesses so that they can drive the price up and ultimately get the best price and the best terms for the seller. And to do that, they have to have a system to know what to show, how to show it in the business to get the right kind of interest. How do I know this? I'm Brody Vincent, and I'm an exit planning consultant for small businesses. What that means is I help business owners of all types solve the kind of problems that they need to solve to sell their business for more money. Through my work with these business owners, I work directly with some of these big M&A firms. I even get to be on the inside track of their processes so that I can see what they're doing, how well it works, and what the processes are. And so in this video, I'm gonna break down the exact process that these giant M&A firms use to get buyers begging out the door to buy these businesses and paying way more money. Why is this relevant to you as a business owner? Well, every year, over 3 million small businesses try to sell, and the majority of them fail. Actually, over 4 in 5 fail. You might be asking yourself, why do most of them fail? I talk to dozens and dozens of business owners about this all the time, and there's one thing that prevents most of them from selling, and it's simply this: they just don't have a strategy for getting eyes on their business in this context. They may have a thriving business that's growing, bringing in a ton of money, super attractive asset to any buyer that wanted to take it seriously, but no one knows that it's on the market. Thing is, like in business, you have to actually market your business for anyone to buy it. So I'm gonna break down the exact 4-step process that you should steal from the mergers and acquisitions world so that you can have the same success that they do in selling your business. And for each step that I go through, I'll be giving you the free and the paid version so that you can make your decision based on your situation, availability, and budget. So step 1, the first thing that you need to do is you need to create your marketing materials. Now there's 2 things that I'm going to tell you to create here. And again, this is what mergers and acquisitions firms get paid hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars to do for businesses. And you can do it yourself if you do it right. Business buyers have to look at a lot of different businesses to decide the ones that they want to buy. Now there's a common language that you need to be able to speak to let them know that you're on the same page and that your business is worth considering. You speak it by doing these things that I'm going to tell you. The 2 marketing materials that you're going to make are a confidential information memorandum, or CIM or CIM for short, and a teaser. Think of these just like fancy marketing brochures for your business. Having both of these and knowing how to use them will help show buyers that you're actually serious about selling your business. The first step is deciding if you're going with the free or the paid version here. Free version, you're going to do it all yourself, and you need 3 things: a computer with a free Canva account, some basic graphic design skills, and the knowledge of what's going on in your business and how to show it, which I'm going to cover here in a second. Now in the paid version of this, you're going to find someone on Fiverr and you're going to pay them a few $100 just to do this for you. And they're going to need that computer with the Canva account and the graphic design skills, but you'll give them the knowledge of the business and how to use it. Whichever option you go with, you're going to need some key information first. So I'm going to cover 9 key points that you need to include in your confidential information memorandum. Now the first part that you're going to have is an executive summary of the business. And this is just going to summarize the next few sections all in one place so that a buyer can quickly scan it and get the points of interest of the business. Number 2 is a financial snapshot of the business that just shows what's going on with the income statements and with the balance sheets so that a buyer can quickly scan and see whether it suits their financial goals. Now the next thing is the background and ownership information of the company. This should showcase the character of the company, what it stands for, what its values are, how it was founded and under what circumstances, who the current owners are, and how much they own. And this is just so that the buyer can know who and what they're dealing with this company. The next is the products and service page, which just shows what your company is selling. And the next thing after that is the clients and customers page, which shows who your company sells it to, how many of them, what type of clients and customers they are, and so on. Now next is the financial performance pages, where you get a little bit deeper into your income statement and show kind of what the revenues and expenses look like. And next is the operations pages, where you show things like whether there's an office, whether there are people working in the company, and what their roles are and what they do. Now, next is the market and opportunities sections, where you show two different things. You show what's going on in the general industry of your company, and then also what the specific opportunities are for growth with your company. Now, last, you have a conclusion page to show what the next steps are for someone who's still interested in reaching out to buy your business. Now, a best practice here is for as many of these to show pictures, graphs, and charts as makes sense. This is just to help people visualize the business a little bit more. People learn and recognize information differently, and so being able to showcase this visually could help you find the right buyer. Now, the teaser is a little bit different here. This is essentially just a boiled down version of the CIM without any of the fancy charts, graphs, or pictures, just showing really the key points of interest of the business. Now, one key thing here is that the teaser should not actually include any sensitive information or anything specific to your business that's going to give anyone a competitive advantage. This should be something that you could just blast out to the whole world without worrying about competitors. And the one key thing here is who to reach out to pursue further interest. And you basically tell them that they can reach out and sign an NDA or non-disclosure agreement to be able to view the whole CIM. Now, I put a link to get my template for both the CIM and the teaser in the description for anyone who's interested. Grab it, use it as inspiration to create your own. Like I hinted at before, when you start sending these out to buyers, there's a specific order for you to use. You want to first send out the teaser and then actually solicit them to reach out and ask for the CIM. Now, another key thing to include on the teaser is not an asking price for the business, but just an invitation for them to bid on the business. You don't really want to show your hand here and lose value that you could have gotten otherwise. And again, this is where you let them know that if they want to see the full CIM, they can sign a non-disclosure agreement to go ahead and view that. And I've gone ahead and put a template to my NDA in the description as well if you're curious and want to get your hands on that. I'm not a legal professional, so don't expect to cover all your bases with this. You should just use these templates as a starting point and as inspiration, but I do recommend consulting with a legal professional here. So the order of all that again is send them a teaser, then have them sign an NDA, and then send them the CIM. And this is just to avoid putting all of your information out there for competitors to see. And really just focus on giving the important information to the people who are actually serious about buying your business. Now, once someone does review the CIM and they actually express interest in buying your business, that's when you move on to the third step. From here, you have them send you a letter of intent or an LOI. An LOI is an offer to buy your business for a specific price and set of terms, but this is dependent on your business being what you said it was and on them still liking it and wanting to buy it after doing some due diligence. So the thing you've got to know here is that an LOI is not final, and you should have represented everything correctly in your CIM and in your communications so that you don't get lost in this process. And there's a whole lot to cover here in the due diligence, and I'll cover that in a future video. But for now, that's a whole nother conversation. But the basic idea here is to represent your business well, transparently, accurately, and with confidence. Now, like in step 2, the free version of this is to just draft all of this up yourself, maybe use ChatGPT or some kind of AI to help you. Again, I recommend the paid version. Consult an attorney. You don't want to get screwed here. You don't want to lose value. You don't want to do something wrong. Now, the fourth and final step is actually navigating this due diligence process and finalizing the sale. And the free version, of course, would be doing all of this yourself. We're always limited by our own perspective. So the paid version is finding others to help you. Now, if you want me to help you, even just answer some questions, I'm happy to do it. And you can find me at brodyvincent.io on Instagram. Message me, ask away, whatever questions you have, I'll answer them. And if we want to talk further, you can always book a call with me as well. Now, if you want to get more videos like this, go ahead and hit subscribe so that you know when I put out new videos covering these types of topics. Until then, thanks for tuning in and happy value building.